Hey guys, it's Erika. Welcome to my part 2 for my first listen for aespa's Drama, the 4th mini album. This part's going to include YOLO and You. The first part included Trick or Trick, Don't Blink, Hot Air Balloon. Gotta break it up in parts because you should already know by now YouTube doesn't like it if I do more than 4 songs in one video. So yes, really excited to finish out this album. Yeah, I like Trick or Trick and Don't Blink, very aespa type of sounds. I also really like Hot Air Balloon, but the vibes of it are very different from the other songs that I've checked out so far of this album, but really excited. I'm gonna do color code alert videos for this one. If there's any mistakes, please don't kill the messenger. I just find it to be the best solution for me and you because we gotta follow along together. With the song and the lyrics and translations and all that fun stuff. But yeah, really excited to finish this out. YOLO? Nobody says YOLO anymore. It's not even like funny to say it. I don't know. Because I was like in middle school when YOLO was a thing. But the Rizness was a banger of a track, so YOLO could be the best song on this album, like the Rizness was. But yeah, You Only Live Once. Shout out to Drake for doing that. But yeah, so let's check out YOLO. Interesting. It's another kind of brighter sound so far. Yeah, did they just do like half the album like brighter sounds? Oh my god. Okay. This is definitely a change up after Hot Air Balloon. I do like the rock in here though, it's sick. Oh, breakdown, pre-chorus. I thought we were gonna drop into it. Is Winter shredded on guitar during this part? She should. Interesting. We get very poppy for the chorus. I do like this part of the song, it's sick. Every genre ever, they said. I thought it was they keep tripping me up because I expect there to be a drop. And there's not. But this song would be sick with the live band, if they perform it live with the live band. That was cute. I feel like this part, like lyrically, it's not good, but it's gonna be stuck in my head. And it's gonna be a part I'm gonna constantly be singing. That part's great. That whole song is very interesting. I like the rock elements that they included kind of more in like the verse and in the post-chorus. I think that's really sick. I like how they did it. I mean, the type of rock, unless it's Winter shredding a guitar for a live performance, there is that little tiny section there in the girls song, so it's nice to hear a little bit more of that. And I mean, with like what EXO does with the rock, it's not very like surprising to hear that in another artist at SM's type of sound, but I liked it. It's kind of, it's one that's like all the genres ever existed in history into one song, but it's still really dope and it's still really fun. Yeah, it's just like fun and just like it's fun, but like in terms of like lyrically, YOLO, it's like okay, that's what it is. But again, it'll probably be like the part of a song that will just be like stuck in my head and that I'll be always singing along to in my car. But yeah, another very aespa sound. So yeah, half the album seems to be a more kind of drama type of vibe, and then we get more kind of cuter, especially with the chorus for YOLO. But yeah, Hot Air Balloon, it is kind of a little bit of a jarring moment to go from like a hot air balloon to like, oh, okay, cutesy vibe, and then it goes into like, while the chorus is kind of a cuter, brighter, well, like, poppier sound for YOLO, the verses are not, so that was a crazy jump, you know what I mean? But yeah, the last song is You. I don't know if this is gonna be a slower one, a more ballad type of one. aespa doesn't have a lot of ballads. Yeah, because I mean, they do end with like better things, but yeah, definitely a roller coaster of an album, but kind of like in a good way. Like, I'm not upset about it, but like in terms of like a flow into each one, the flow is only there for the first 3 songs on the album. But yeah, really excited to finish this out. What Is It You Doing? Final song on the album that we're checking out. So yeah, let's go. Maybe she is a ballad. You never know though. You never know. Oh. I like this a lot. There is like a wintertime vibe, especially for SM winter albums. Aww. Like a little bit of a fan song moment. This is the one, end of the concert, you're already crying. The one they make the concert footage video. It's a cute fan song. Vocals crazy. I kind of wish this would have been the last one on the album though. Like a lot better things. But better things probably could have gone in between Don't Blink and Hot Air Balloon. And a beautiful showcase of all their vocals. SM known for the vocals though. It does have like a winter time sort of vibe, so like previously, for many, many years, EXO would always release winter albums. They'd always be mini albums and stuff, so that, like, but not every song was, like, a Christmassy song, or, some were, but, like, that's sort of the vibe that I get here. It is, like, a fan song, so it is nice, but I also kind of like that it's November, and that I get something that is a little bit more kind of wintry. I'm feeling the weather, girl. Look at my sweater. So it is really nice. It's a beautiful fan song, beautiful showcase, other girls' vocals. I kind of do wish it would have been the last one on the album. I think that's a great one to, like, end on. But Better Things is that girl, but I would have placed her, like, I might have switched YOLO, Hot Air Balloon, put Better Things. Like, I don't, like, in terms of a top-down listen, it's a trip. Like, definitely the first three, I think, flow really, really nicely, and then it kind of goes, you know what I mean? But that's not necessarily, like, a bad thing. Like, individually, the songs are really, really great, and maybe I'm just, like, conditioned to this point to kind of just accept the album song structure for what it is. But, yeah, half the song is kind of, like, the drama sort of concepts, and then the other half are kind of cuter songs. But it's kind of interesting, though, because like, not every aespa album has that type of vibe, but they're kind of crafting it a little bit to have that type of sound, and I kind of wish SM, like, I love the songs all individually, I think they're fantastic, but it's a little too Red Velvet like, because, like, Red Velvet has the red side and the velvet sides, and sometimes there's that together in one song, and sometimes they're separate albums entirely, you know what I mean? So, because they already have a group at their company with, like, a sort of concept like that, they could have definitely, like, I don't know, like, release the songs during, like, on different like, if I had, like, aespa's full discography and I had to pick and choose different albums for them, I would move stuff around to different things. Like, I feel like Hot Air Balloon would be a perfect, like, summertime release, and You is a perfect wintertime release, so it's kind of crazy to get them on the same album. But yeah, and YOLO, girl, she just crazy. She just vibe. But yeah, I probably would have flipped over YOLO and Hot Air Balloon if I'm talking about top-down listen, and probably put Better Things before You. And again, the songs are amazing individually, but SM does a weird thing with aespa to where, like, the full albums are just a trip sometimes. For me personally, that's how I personally feel. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, so My World, going from Welcome to My World and then to Spicy, that's a little bit of a jump. But then Salty and Sweet, Thirsty, I'm Unhappy Till We Meet Again, that kind of, like, flows, like, a little bit more, like, emotionally, but for sure this one, I think Savage so far is still, like, their best overall album in terms of, like, a sound and crafting and a flow for, like, a top-down listen. But what else do we have? We have Girls. Yeah, Girls she's a thing. She is a thing. But yeah, so that's, like, what I would kind of wish that they would do a little bit more of, is sort of make everything kind of flow together. But, like, also, like, a lot of groups that come out of their generation kind of do the thing where they have a lot of, like, the same time period that they did, not necessarily everybody in the generation, but to where there's every artist sort of tackles every sort of sound, whatever the trend is, and the albums are always kind of different, and there's not necessarily a group will have, like, a sound, but then it always takes, like, several years to figure out kind of what it is for some groups. Not necessarily with aespa, because I feel like, again, Drama, Trick or Treat, Don't Blink are very aespa sounding songs, and so are, like, Hot Air Balloon and YOLO. But yeah, so, like, in terms of top-down listen, it's a roller coaster. If you're down with it, then you're down with it. I think, well, okay, because also when I listen to my playlist, like, I mainly listen to my driving one, it could go from, like, Drama to, like, Sleep Token to Doja Cat to, like, Twice, Likey to, like, Disturbed, and it gets, like, all over the place, and I, like, don't skip. I'm just, like, the vibes are what they are, and it kind of flows together because the playlist is just a mess anyways. So, like, what do I have to talk about when this is, like, literally what my playlist sounds like? But I think, like, there's a difference between, like, a playlist that I make and I add my favorite songs to versus, like, a complete project. So there are some stuff that flows really, really nicely within the album, but then there's others to where it's a little bit more jarring. But, like, again, individually, I love all the songs individually. It just, I don't know, you could definitely move around around the order a little bit and stuff, and it's so interesting that I only feel this way with aespa, with like their albums and their sounds, that I want to move stuff around, because I feel like with all the other albums, especially this year that SM has dropped, it just flows beautifully in terms of like a top-down listen, you know what I mean? Like Taemin's does really nicely, Key's does, Dio's does, the Shiny's does, you know, and so it's a little interesting that they kind of only do this with like aespa, but maybe it's the intention, maybe it is what it is. But for me personally, I appreciate an album that flows really nicely, and I think it does sort of a little bit like emotional. Well, I can't say it because it's a roller coaster, but ending for sure with You and Better Things, there is definitely like a come down with that, so that's really nice to get that for an album itself. But yeah, I still really like every single song individually. I think they are fantastic. It just, I don't know, I don't know if other people feel the way I do about the aespa albums, but yeah, go to put your thoughts down below what you thought about this album, Drama, the 4th mini album. My favorites, even though YOLO is kind of crazy, I like YOLO a lot. I like Hot Air Balloon too. I like the cuter ones, like that stand out the most. I don't know if it's just because they're so, kind of different, because like for Hot Air Balloon it's very cute, and I like that vibe, and I like YOLO because again I like Yeppy a lot, so that's kind of like Yeppy's bigger sister with the sound that it is, but for sure I'm really feeling those like the most. Not that I don't like the Drama, Trick or Treat, or Don't Blink, but I think like they stand out so much to, I guess, what I was expecting the album to sound like, that they kind of, they stick out for me, and I like the cutesy vibes and stuff. But yeah, those, I'm feeling all the songs though, like they're all gonna end up in all my playlists and stuff. But I don't know, Hot Air Balloon is just so cute. She's just so cute. She is that girl. She has a good time. So yeah, go to put your thoughts and comments below about aespa's Drama, the 4th mini album. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and want to see more of my videos, go to hit that subscribe button. Want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or in the description down below, or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika Games. Links in the description down below. Currently playing Horizon Zero Dawn, so if you can join me over there for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I got better things to do in my time, better things to do in my time,